Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Misty with a Unique Treasure. I decided to turn the camera on and bring you guys along as I work on this banner. I belong in a swap in a group, Facebook group, and I am going to send out the 2 banners that I made already with the letter J for joy. This is mine. So the swap entails that there's 3 of us in a group. They put us in threes for the people who signed up, and we're assigned a letter out of the JOY, and my letter's J. And then the other 2 ladies that I'm in the group with, in my group, they will do the O and the Y. So I have to do 3 of these. One for myself, which is this one, and then there's 2 others that I made for the other 2 ladies that I can't show yet because they have not received them yet. But I did post it on my Facebook page, and I am friends with one of the ladies, but I did go into the Facebook settings and say, for the one that I made for her, I did put in there that everybody could see it but her. I don't know why I can't get these words out so easily. Anyways, so here we are. I did want to tell you that I already had prepped this because I wasn't planning on doing this with y'all, but I do need to post something tomorrow, so that I thought, how fun. Instead of showing you, because I do have some other things to show you, but there are purchases that I made. But this particular banner, I'm going to do shabby chic. The other 2 they're completely different. All 3 had different themes to them as far as traditional. The other one was more like, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't want to say woodland, but it's just stunning golds and greens, some blue. And then this one is for me, and I love pink and I love shabby. I don't like gaudy shabby, but I do love shabby. So as I don't know if it is, while I'm holding it, if you guys can see the flakes and things, and the sun is actually moved, so I don't even know if the lighting's that great. But this is just beautiful, and I wanted to show you guys what I used. I did share these in past videos when I do use them. One of the reciprocants banners, I use the glass beads, and it's really strange when you look at this because it just looks like, I don't know, it looks like paste inside, but it dries beautifully. So one time I did a whole journal cover for a guy. I did him all, I used half of this jar, and you can see it's blue, and I mixed blue with the color. Obviously I got it on there. I don't remember doing it since then. He's no longer with us, but he loved the journal I made him. But anyways, this is the glass beads. I used that. And then this is the Resin Sand. This is pretty neat stuff too. And I do have sand, jars of sand, colored sand that I can actually mix in with this if I chose to. But this has sand in it, and that's what that looks like. And this is an expensive brand, but we just happen to be, I believe this was when we went to the Blick studio, the Blick store in Tampa, Florida, and it is huge, and we just had a ball. And so these things are still good. You see how much is left. It looks like we've used half of it, but I've used this stuff so many times. That's how great it spreads. And the thing I want to tell you is that we got this like 5 years ago. So that's pretty amazing because a lot of our paints that we have are no longer good that we got many years ago too. Okay, so here's the Pearl Mica Flake Small. So this is an example of it. And I actually used this, is this the gold one? It says Light Fast Excellent. No, this is the silver one. It still has a little yellow tint to it. I'm wondering if it was just because of my room. But this one here, it was great. I used this on one of the other person's background too. And I mixed it, like, so I layered paint, and I don't know, I just like to layer things, and I learned it from Artie Mays when I first started crafting. I saw how she layered so many things, and you wouldn't know it if you didn't know about that until you watched her videos. So I decided that whatever I use, whether it's paints or you know, media, any kind of medium or fabrics, the more you layer, the better it looks. So that's what I practice all the time. Does it come out always perfect? No, but it's fun to experiment with. So this is what I use for her. On mine, I used pink craft paint. I use it's a paint at Michael's. It's something Loft. I can't remember right offhand, but it's also it's a step up from craft paint, and it's not that expensive, and they have it on sale a lot. And so I used it looks like it actually is a paint that looks like this color with a little bit more white in it. And I mixed that together, and then I used also the white opaque flakes. This is always fun to use. I love using this because you can use it like this. You can add color to it, make, you know, put a little in a bowl and add colors. And this is what it looks like. It actually looks like flakes. That looks like a piece of snow right here to me. So that's what that looks like. And again, we bought these 5 years ago, and they're still amazing. So this is the letter J, and I have to decorate this. And then, oh, this I just took some, because it was white, like here. And I sanded it, lightly sanded it with paper. And then I went in and I just used some of the off-white and that eggshell color I told y'all that I used. And that's what I did to this side. So I really don't have specific plans for this, so I pulled a bunch of stuff that's beside me. My biggest thing is, am I gonna go silver or golds? So am I gonna, you know, line it with things like this, or am I going to, you know, figure out the golds so that I can use jewelry pieces if I wanted to that has gold? I don't particularly like mixing it. I know there is no rule in crafting. There really isn't. I believe that you can mix them, and I actually have in the past mixed them. I have found mistakes I made, and I went with it, and they turned out beautiful, but I just don't like it heavy. Like, you can really tell there's a lot of silver and gold mixed. That's just my own personal preference. But at the same time, I love, sorry if that was loud, I love, 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 love mixing vintage with shabby chic. I do. I don't know why, but it's just, I find myself doing it a lot, which means that my shabbies aren't just white and or yellows. I mean, they can be browns even in there, you know. I do pull vintage colors into my shabbiness. So I also thought I would do a separate video on this, but I'm going to use this today maybe. Or I don't know, I might have to do this video in two different videos because it is quite a bit what I'm going to do here today. And this is called a pick-me-up tool, and I just watched a video on it because I got it. I opened it up because, you know, when we had those little flat back things like these, you know, I had a heck of a time when I was working on somebody else's J, and I was picking them up and I'm trying to set them in glue, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, was that a pain in the bum. So this one here, this comes off. Oops, I'm sorry. It does come off to refill it that way, but this, no, I'm not going to be able to do it. This has like putty in it, which is kind of cool. And it will come out, and this will engage. If I press on it, it makes it come out more. Now, it doesn't pour out like glue, but it's pretty neat. And this is, excuse me, the Pick Me Up, and this is by Silhouette. And I believe I found this at Walmart. Not sure, but I could have swore. I don't remember. I do shop so many places. I'm such a bad girl. Not anymore. I'm going to start using this stuff because I have nowhere to put it. But anyways, and then this comes off, and this actually has a pointy end. And this one has more of a, I don't know, one that I can like mini shovel. It's like a little tiny screwdriver end of a flathead screwdriver. And so I'm assuming, you know, when I use this, I put it down and you know, to pick it up, I do that. So that's the video I watched on it, and it's a pretty cool little tool. People love it that own it, and that's what it is. Again, it's the pick-me-up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move my J out of the way, because I am going to need to work on that a bit, because I am going to collage on this. But I'm not sure if I should do that first or the other thing. I think because this is going to take me so long, I wanted to show you guys. I took this and cut it up. I do have some, I think I got it from Hobby Lobby, and it's trim, and it has just the, you know, the shabby white, you know, it's loose and it looks like somebody just cut it, and I can't find it because I take that apart and I take them off of the thing they're, you know, bound to, and I like to tie them. I was thinking about putting holes in here and tying you know, the shabby strips, but I have decided that I'm just going to glue them. So I have a little plan for that. Let me move these paints out of the, or these mediums out of the way so I can move this back. So this is all, you know, I had to come up with something because I couldn't find those strips. So I went and used this. So I just cut it up in thin little pieces, and now I have a pile. And I also, I did take a ribbon and I cut little pieces, and I'm going to need more of it, so I hope I find it because I was piling everything up together. Here it is. I just took this little piece I had left of this, and I just started cutting it like this, and I plan on putting it in between like you'll see. So now that my background's done, one thing I do want to point out to you guys, I forgot about the back. It's been a while since I was crafting, since I've really got into crafting, because I couldn't craft for a while. I went ahead and I sewed it on, and I first I printed out, because I have a printout of the banner. I printed out a file of the banner. I printed it out, and then I remember that I needed to back it onto cereal box. Well, I forgot to cover this too, so I am so sorry. And if they want to, the people getting it, they can go ahead and cover it themselves. But I just figured, you know, if it's actually draping, usually it's across something close to a wall or something like that. So I decided that, you know, hopefully they'll forgive me for not doing that. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead. I got a new glue gun, and I hope this thing, it's a cordless gun. It sits and, you know, it sits like this, and it's, oh, sorry, wow, I'm not used to the glass. And this, I don't know if I can pull it over to you guys. I'm not sure I can. It sits in this. So and that's how it heats itself up. Let me get this down here. And then any drips that it may have, because it's supposed to be dripless really, it will go, oh, where's the camera? It will go on this piece here. And this is silicone, so it comes right off. And I did leave it on overnight by accident. It does not have an auto shut off. I'm sure the more expensive ones probably do. And it was fine, thank goodness. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take out, I'm going to try this glue gun. If I can get it out of its holster there. And I'm going to start with the point. And let me get some out here. Oh, you know what? No wonder why. Is it on? Should be on. Hold on. Maybe. Oh, look how dark it is because I left it on overnight, so it kind of burnt. All right, I'm going to put it back in its holster. Make sure that it's still on. Yep, it's on now. And I'm going to take a strip. I'm going to take one of these strips, and I like to kind of turn it a little bit. I don't like it that it's that yellow there, but I'm going to put this down. Before I press it, though, I'm going to take one of these pink ones in the center, and then I'm going to kind of mush it together. Now, because I see that these are a little wide, I'm going to wait till I get finished because I never know what the finished product is going to look like, right? I'm gonna wait till I get finished with going around, and I might go back and thin these out. I don't know yet, but we shall see. Then I kind of put a pin dot where I wanted the next ones. Here's this one. Here's this one. Here's this one. Let's see about doing 3 of these quickly. Okay, I kind of twist, put it down, and put a, oh, where's my pink ones? What I'm concerned about using a glue gun versus the other one is that it's going to dry too fast, and that's might be what's happening. I was hoping to use my new glue gun. I'm going to try to hurry up and put these down. I might be doing them too close together. Let me see if I can pull that off, because yeah, I can. See, it dried so fast, and it's good, kind of, but I know I can't do that many at once. So let me try again. So I'm going to do a few of these so you guys can get the idea, right? And I think I am gonna switch glues. It's much easier for me to manipulate my fabric glue. I have a little bit of time. Twist it. The reason why I twist it is I want it to lay funky. You know, I want it to do this exactly. And the reason why I go back in and put a pink one in, because it's a nice little filler. And then always, always pink is just a beautiful thing. And so I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna continue. And I will come back. See? I will come back after I finish going around. Okay? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So as you see, I went ahead, oh, I got strings and things hanging, and I finished just the 2 sides, and it did actually take me a bit to do them, and I had to cut more pink, and I just, and the pink I cut wasn't 2 full sides, meaning I have water I'm holding in one hand. So I'm one-handed right now. So see how long this piece is here that I cut? This is pretty long. The little pieces I cut, I'm gonna put this paint water, excuse me. Here's the pink piece that I cut and stuck in between them. So it wasn't a fold. These are longer, of course. And I would, if I used this, I would have cut it straighter and thinner a little bit, because I just want that ruffle. And then I twist these and fold them in half like this to make 2 around that one. So that's what I did all the way around, and I used my 3-in-1. These are pretty much the same. I think this one's a little bit thinner. However, it still is sticky all over my hands. All right, so here is that. I do want to put support, you know, the grommets in here, but the problem I'm having is I only have gold, and I don't know that I want to do that yet. So until I figure that part out, because this is going to be a 2-part video because it's going to be too long, I'm going to set this aside right now, and I'm going to work on the J. And then we're going to come back, and you see I didn't do the top here because I am going to do something different with it. But I just love how that turned out. It is just so pretty and so shabby. So let me set that aside for now. Now I'm going to go ahead and work on the J, and I got my paintbrush, my art paintbrushes that I've had for years, especially this one. I love this one. I get this particular 1-inch brush from Michael's, and Michael's is my favorite place to buy brushes, but I don't order them online. And let me grab my towel real quick so that I have something for the water, you know, to put my brush on. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wet my big 1-inch brush. I really would like to have a smaller one though. Let me look real quick and see if I can find a smaller one to do the painting. Oh, I found one. I only have like 50 of them. My mom's an artist and she is a, you know, I've sold paintings, but she should sell hers. Hers are amazing. They take forever to, these are just crafter squares. I believe this is dollar store brushes. So it's, I keep forgetting this is glass, so I'm sorry if that's really loud every time I put something down. All right, so let's I'm gonna throw this out. Ooh. It landed in my gesso. All right, so I have this huge thing of gesso, so I'm gonna have to do this. And the nice thing is, now remember, this is shabby chic, so I'm just making this white right now with the gesso. Even though I did paint it already, I just didn't know which direction, so it's good to have any kind of base under here. I had to just get because this is one of those from Hobby Lobby. They have all sizes, and this is really not heavy, which is nice because, you know, it's a banner and it has to hang. But I love dimension, so looks like the brushes, that's how cheap this brush is. The hair is coming off already. Let me go ahead and stop that because I just want to get a little bit on there. And I'm gonna pause while I dry it because I'm too afraid that it's too loud for y'all. So I'm gonna pause and be right back. Okay, so it should be good and dry. And you see it's not perfectly on there. I just literally slapped some on. And what I wanna do now, I will never use this brush again. It's just not a good brush, not even for crafts. I would not recommend. The hairs just come right out. Okay, so I'm gonna try it anyways. If I see the hairs on there too bad, though, I'm gonna stop. I wanted to just kind of like decoupage. I wish I had rice paper. I do have rice paper. I have a lot of stuff. It's just still, everything is so packed up right now. And this is from 1920s, this paper, so it's pretty brittle. And I just thought I would, you know, look at, you can see all the hair in here. Geez, I'm gonna stop using this brush. Let me see if this one will work better. Sorry guys, I should have been more prepared like that. All right, so let me get some of this. I'll just use my big brush. And I wanted some of this. This was actually full sheets I got from Denise. What was her store name? My goodness. She's pretty popular too. I don't know why I can't remember, but I will put it down in the link. She has a great store. Great store. Her prices are amazing. It's for people who don't necessarily buy large quantity of things. And I'm really sorry that I can't remember her name. It's me. It's definitely not that she's not memorable. She is absolutely memorable. As you can see, I'm just trying to get on there some, this is a good background paper right here. This is gonna absolutely be beautiful, I'm confident. I'll be very sad if it's not by the time I get done with it. And one thing I have learned, which is so true from everybody, is that if you don't like something, it is so easy to cover it up. Shabby chic, I'm sure you heard, is the most forgiving, you know, way, you know, between shabby and everything else. It is the most forgiving. You can be messy, which I love. I love doing this kind of stuff. You know, if I was completely unpacked, I would be, I could sit on camera and do mixed media for hours. It's just, I don't have I'm not good at editing. it's not my strong suit. I guess I should say I'm not willing to put in the hours that it would take for me to learn what I need to learn. Some people, it comes very easy to them, but it is not my strength, and it's okay. I will just do my very best for everybody, including myself, until something changes in that area. And let's see. Once I get everything pretty much covered, I will be more consistent with making sure I have more print. And you know what would have been really nice too to do on here, and I may still do it. I may pause the video again or do it on the second video, is what would have been really pretty is to do napkin. But I think the napkin will go better over this than what I had on there. So I think what I'm gonna do is continue just with this solid color for now, and just soak everything and go back with a razor or whatever I need to cut it. Or maybe I'll go on the sides. I didn't worry about the sides on the other J's. Because they seem to be fine. I'm still chomping at the bit. I bought a new Canon selfie printer, and I want to get going on the, let's see, it says, get going on the layouts for the on my Thanksgiving fall journal, and then I'm gonna follow that up next month in January and do the Decembers, because we're making the memories, right? And then we're going to making the memories, and then we're going to put it together in layouts, and I'm gonna write little things. And my children, it sounds like they're young. My kids, my grown kids, they're all writing me notes and stuff that I can put throughout, the journals, because really they're keepsake journals, so we want to, am I in frame? Sorry. We want to have special memories and things that the kids wrote, so they can later in life look back on, how they thought, what they did, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to end up going all the way around this. I decided that y'all are going to see my process. I am a think as I go along girl, and I love doing this. I love paints. I love, give me a paintbrush. I feel so important. No, I don't feel important. I just feel good. So I've really been into a few things on, I'm going to switch gears to TV real quick. I'm not a big TV person. Do you see what I just did there? I already had paper there. And, as far as music notes, and I wasn't thinking about balancing it. I wanted to kind of wrap around though. Now that I know, I'm gonna go over there. Let's get that good, and let's see. I want to make sure I stay in the camera. This is gonna be nice and messy. So you guys got the gist of it. I'll be right back. Oh, I was switching gears to TV. I just was gonna say that I was watching The King's Affection, and it is a foreign film, and it is really awesome. And so I started to say that, and then I said, well, I'm gonna go off camera now and finish this J. So I just want to tell y'all what I was gonna say, and I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and I finished pretty much. I left a few little tiny white spots. I want it to be a little roughed, but I don't think you're gonna see it anyways. But I am gonna make this part 1 of the video, and I'm gonna just leave this here for your viewing for a moment, because when we get done with this on our next videos, the video is gonna be totally transforming. But I'm really super happy with where I'm at with this, and I look forward to finishing this up with you on the next video. See you tomorrow. By the way, I did forget to ask, if you really like this video and you want to follow along, would you please go ahead and hit that like button? And if you're new to my channel, will you go ahead and please hit that little bell so that you get notified every time I put out a video? Thank you again. Y'all have a nice evening.